Rocco, why don't you give us your topic?
Okay. I'm gonna try to do the best I can. My internet's been kind of going in and out, I can tell, while I was watching you guys do your thing. But what I wanted to do is talk about an article that I had read off of Goliath. So shout out to Goliath.com. But it was about 12 video games that only super smart people should play. And it got me, actually, we were just talking about just now, like Firewatch and these other games that we hadn't even known about until we started looking them up. And this is what got me into looking at the game I had just said previously, Talos Principle. But on this list we got here, we've got number 12 comes in. It's Plague Inc. So this is supposed to be a game where you're supposed to build a pathogen that's going to spread across the entire world as fast as possible.
Wow.
And there's going to be like artificial intelligence that's going to try to stop it from happening. So there's going to be doctors and different things that are going to try to upset that. The difficulty, if you can beat it, you can turn the difficulty setting up to where it's almost near impossible to beat. So these games are like developed so that you can build critical thinking skills and beat the puzzle, I guess you'd say.
That's really cool.
Let me give you guys an image if you can kind of see it. It looks like a Risk board a little bit.
Ooh. A little bit like Pandemic.
You know, kind of like, exactly, like a pandemic kind of spreading thing. The next one, it's Cogs. Okay, so number 11 comes in as Cogs. Cogs is an inventive puzzle, pretty much like that whole Cog system you would see usually, like build the Cogs, you know, end up finding out how to build, beat the puzzle and then move on. And as it progresses, it gets, insanely difficult, it says. So then the next, what was that?
Just kidding. I says Minesweeper on there.
No, it's not on here.
Hey, dude, Minesweeper, if you do the big one, it's pretty difficult.
Number 10, okay, Discworld. This was kind of something cool here, so I'm going to read this one fully. Based on the literary works of Terry Pratchett, the puzzles presented in this adventure game really push your mental capacities. Even seemingly easy quests, like finding simple items, will require you to go to extraordinary lengths and do things like travel into the past in order to tweak the future so you can get what you need. And since you're often required to complete tasks in a very specific way, just clicking on everything in the area in the hopes that you'll stumble on the correct solution will almost never work. So these are kind of games that are like, these are built. So it's like non-stop puzzles for you to have to figure out as you can progress through. Like it says, you got to even go in like back in time to discover an item. Here's what this one looks like right here. See an image.
Is that Santa Claus? Oh shit! Is he pouring drink?
That's why I was like, it's like a Santa Claus sort of like,
Santa's a drunk, bro.
Magician,
There's Santa.
Yeah. By the way, making a Santa Claus Brahmin League. It's freaking awesome.
So are you guys into kind of puzzle games as well? Do you guys not? It's not like, I mean, not the mainstream style like Tomb Raider and whatnot, but have you guys tried things
like
Eve's kind of like a puzzle. This one, Eve actually comes up on here later, I think, too. Eve Online, number 7. Because it's not really like a, MMO style game where you're out there and you're just shooting and stuff like that. Yeah. It's a spreadsheet style game. So it's really still like,
figure it out.
Yeah.
Well, a game that comes to my mind that I played back in the day, you guys probably played, was Myst.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
That was a difficult game because you'd have to go do this, and like it was just a whole map, and there were certain things you had to do at certain times.
Well, most people thought God of War was a difficult game too. When you go to the Pandora's box and stuff like that, you had to figure out puzzles and do certain things. It was pretty cool.
That game's not gonna make you smarter, right?
Yeah.
Well,
it made me smarter.
These will make you smarter. These will make you smarter. Okay.
Greek mythology or Roman
I think
mythology.
you have to be smart.
That's true.
Like, and if they're not gonna make you smarter, they're gonna like make your brain just like explode or something.
To be honest, I would say video games contribute 80% to my vocabulary expansion.
Totally.
Yep.
Oh, and typing skill.
Yeah.
Okay, so you guys remember that experience when we were first playing EverQuest and you stepped in and you were like, "What the fuck do I do?" And like,
there wasn't like a guide.
It was a whole like just wide open. You have to just figure it out yourself. That's what these games are supposed to be about too. They're not supposed to be helping you in any way. These games were not built for the easy gamer. They're built for that gamer who's going to try to figure it all out themselves. There's no clues. There's no help. There's just
Google.
No. Well, yeah, I guess, yeah. Well, yeah, you're gonna have to do like the Dark Souls. Like what we had kind of talked about before, like the Dark Souls kind of deal. Like you're gonna have
exactly what I was gonna say. Yeah, just like Dark Souls.
Some of them will be building community. Some of them will be just you got to figure the puzzle out yourself, and there's no going around that. So like one, for example, like Hacknet. This one's like one built kind of almost gives you, I know you can't really see that too well, but it's supposed to be like a terminal screen that has like code and stuff like that. It's really actually small.
Oh, yeah.
It helps you actually like learn basic code while you're learning this, while you're playing this game. Trying to learn how to like, I guess it's like beat some other type of hackers that are coming and trying to break into your system.
We've
got digital combat.
Real quick, the game designer from that game just came in and gave a talk and a class to ArenaNet.
Hacknet is an immersive terminal-based hacking simulator that forces you to use real-life hacking methods in order to solve a mystery involving the recent death of a prominent hacker.
Yeah,
pretty
really
cool. Yeah, exactly. So I think So the cool thing about this is that, like, my wife, for example, who's not a big gamer, right? She when she does play games, she wants to play games that are going to be difficult, ones that are going to be like puzzles and like figuring out, you know, not going to be ones like RPGs or anything like that. Mm-hmm. She doesn't want to play action. She doesn't want to play first person shooter. She wants to play something where you got to like Kerbal Space Program. So where you learn literally how to build like spaceships, and you're gonna blow up your spaceship several times trying to learn how to build it appropriately, but you're learning actual like rocket science at the same time that you're learning to do this.
I say what we should do is all pick a game from that list and try playing it.
That's really what I'm doing.
Yeah.
So number 2 on that list, the Talos Principle, for example, right?
Okay.
Look at the graphics right here.
I was just looking at it.
Yep. So I've only seen some like really brief stuff. It's like you're in ancient times. It's got a lot to do. The reason why I chose this one is because I like to philosophy stuff, here and there. And this has got, puzzles, mystery, and philosophy sort of tied into it all together. Mm-hmm. And when it first starts off in the intro that I saw some guy playing, it's like an ancient time, but he's a robot. And then it's like all of a sudden God's like talking to him and it's like telling him how to do all these different things, but you don't know what it is. Kind of like you got to figure this whole thing out. It's pretty sweet so far. The graphics were insane.
That's so out of it. There's no way God can talk to robots.
All right, number one, Rocco.
That's what you're saying. So it's like you question it. You're like, is it like, what is this? Like, what, what's happening here? Why am I even here? You gotta, and they don't give you like any answers to anything. You just gotta start moving forward. Yep. And the last but not least is a game called Space Chem, which for me was just kind of like when I saw what it was looking like it was gonna do, and just way beyond anything I want to even try to
the other one that you showed, Talos. Yeah.
Yes, exactly.
It's pretty neat.
The Talos one was one that I felt it was kind of like Portals, like the game Portals.
I like Portals.
It was done by I think it was
Turtles.
I like Turtles.
You guys.
I like Lamp.
So there you have it. You have Rocco's top 12 games that will make you smarter.
Yes.
I think it's really
I think you have to be smart to play them, though, right?
Well, if not, then you'll learn very quickly, hopefully. At least that's
right.
the idea. Rocco, thank you for sharing those 12 games and that article. That was
and
awesome,
I will give you guys my experience, too, as well, whenever I actually start, checking out the Talos Principle and see what happens from there. You can see my frustration or whatnot.